Hello and welcome to another edition of the Dugout Podcast. I am your co-host Andrew, alongside my fellow co-host Marissa. And as you can see, we have upgraded
Again.
again. Well, I think it's an upgrade. You agree?
Yeah, for sure.
I
But it just
really
made
do.
me first we upgraded by getting,
Mhm.
and now we upgraded further by, getting some color, some more color and a new background. So spirit led really bringing out the chops.
Yeah, I really want to say thanks to our interior designing team.
Yes. Spirit led in collaboration with a new media company called Rich Media.
Mhm.
Not sure they're on social media yet, but we'll find out. We'll find out. So yeah,
Giving us some enhancements,
it's true, it's true.
giving us some shine.
It's true. At least off the pitch, we're doing something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not on the pitch, but yeah.
You referring to your team?
Yes, please.
I'm glad that you brought it up. So, where to start? Champions League? Starting Europe?
I just here for the vibes.
Just here for the vibes.
Mhm.
But that's an interesting statement because if you are here for the vibes and your team has still not won yet, it means that your vibes are very low. Marissa, we don't want any negative vibes on this show.
All right.
It's all about positive vibes,
I
positivity.
don't have any.
Cha. That is a really well, it's a huge leap, a huge exaggeration. A really big overstatement.
It's what
Just
it
wait for
is.
seasons to end.
Season over for me already, so yeah. I'd be surprised. I think the only match I might watch is Chelsea Arsenal to see if we could actually maybe try to do something to stop them from winning the title, but I ain't feeling it.
I don't know where you are. I find it right that you come and walk me into some very controversial, back and forth. Cause I was about to say, right, I was about to say you don't have to worry about stopping Arsenal winning any title. Arsenal gonna start themselves.
Oh,
See, I was
gosh.
exactly you could walk
Come
me in
on,
this time.
Taze.
I walk me into some really perilous, situations,
Right.
knowing that I real, shady and bad minded,
Sure.
especially when it comes to Arsenal.
Mm.
You know.
Anyways.
Yes, let's start in
whatever.
Europe.
Sure. Napoli surprisingly is gone.
Or do you want to start there? All right, yeah. So
Is
Napoli,
there another place to
Napoli,
start?
of course,
Okay.
but we'll leave the best for last. Napoli, that you said, that you correctly pointed out, have been eliminated. Going down to 7-time European champions, AC Milan, and boy, were we wrong.
I mean, boy.
2 games at Napoli and score a goal, but no,
They score.
actually
They
Osimhen
score.
right
Yeah.
back.
Late.
Late in
Mhm.
injury time. I
Yeah.
forgot about that goal.
Yeah. They missed a penalty.
Yeah.
So did Milan.
Yeah, Giroud save and then
Yeah.
can't pronounce his name, but the Georgian winger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was
he
a
was
great
saved
save,
as
though.
well.
That was a great save, yeah.
I mean, okay, so did you see any of the game?
The last... Actually, no. I saw between 75 and maybe 85 minutes. Because that was the running time Real Madrid second goal went in. But at that point, I wasn't even sure why I was still watching Chelsea Madrid. But I was like, yeah, no thanks. So I just switched over.
Because I figured out you'll be watching the Real Chelsea game, so
I shouldn't have been,
I said, okay, well, since Marissa's probably gonna watch the game at the Bridge, I'll watch the one at the Diego Maradona Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Napoli AC Milan, and Napoli started brightly, but luck always plays a part in football, and
Yeah.
I think the rhythm was slightly affected by the 2 injuries, Politano and I think Mark Rui, I think is who went off through injuries in the first half, and Napoli had most of the ball. Yes, they were forcing the issue, but as we all know, AC Milan, this is the first time we've seen AC Milan season properly. So I wouldn't say as we all know, but they did carry a threat on the break. And as for all the possession that Napoli had, AC Milan were the team that seemed to fashion the more clear-cut opportunities. And Rafael, that Portuguese winger, that run for the go-ahead goal for Giroud, after Giroud had missed his penalty, like you said, was a really dazzling run. It was spectacular. And Dumbele, our good friend, from across the way, I think he's on loan at Napoli, right?
He terminated his contract.
Did he?
I don't even know.
I think he was on loan.
Okay.
I could be wrong though. Maybe we should double check it at some point.
Yeah.
Want to double check it now?
Sure.
As I fill us in on what happened.
Sure.
But somebody gave him a pass in midfield and the ball, lack of concentration. Ball seemed to roll under his foot, and it came to AC Milan player who didn't pass the ball to Leo. And Leo then went on a dazzling run, beat about 4 players or so, and then cut the ball back for Giroud to tap into a virtually empty net.
Yeah, he on loan.
Yeah. Because I mean, let's be real. I think Tottenham Spurs have bought him for like, I think it was 40 or between 40 and 60 million.
Good piece of change.
Can't remember the exact price, but no, they can't get the boy to buy. So he go on loan until he finally, leave on a free.
Yeah, sound like Chelsea and Bakayoko.
Yes, I remember him too.
Yeah,
where he is now too.
He at Milan too.
He was at Milan for a while, but I don't think he's still there. He's still there.
I never know. But thank God he last year contract. So yeah, that saga is over.
Yeah. So once again, and then I think to me, Ndombele's performance after that, he was trying some stuff, but like it seemed like it wasn't happening for him. And that was the story in Napoli's midfield. Really, it wasn't really creative coming from the middle. It was more coming from I think I pronounced his name. What's his name again?
I don't know.
The Georgian winger.
I could see your face, but I can't call it.
I heard it. I heard commentators say like 5 times this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I remember that.
Yeah. Don't butcher the man's name.
Exactly. I don't want to butcher my tongue either.
Yeah.
Right. But the Georgian winger. The creativity was mostly coming from him. He looked like if Napoli were to get behind the game, he looked like the more likely source, especially after Politano had been withdrawn through injury. And he had some good openings where he shot over. This last bit of finish was a bit rash. Then, he got the penalty. He missed it. I'm not so sure that he would have been my choice to take the penalty. I would have preferred if Osimhen had taken it.
Okay.
But, that's neither here or there. They said that Napoli's 2 previous penalties in the Champions League this season have been missed as well. Osimhen missed one, and I'm not sure who missed the other one. Okay. So I guess he would just, fall in the pecking order of who would have taken it. Yeah. I know without said, I figured, okay, game up. And then I didn't see the Osimhen goal.
Neither me.
Because I stopped watching.
Yeah.
A little too late. And AC Milan, well, I was really impressed with their defensive display though, for the most part. Tomori.
Big feet.
Who?
Big feet.
That's what you call him?
Yeah, that's what you used to call him at Chelsea, because Fikayo, big feet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Really underrated footballer, to be honest.
But Gareth Southgate, not me.
Yeah, also, like, I'm still upset at Lampard for freezing him out at Chelsea, because I felt like he could have still been there.
I was surprised when you all chose to let him go.
That was all down to Lampard. Like, he was playing so well under Lampard, and then all of a sudden couldn't get a game on the bench, and then decided to loan it to Milan, and then Milan exercised their right to buy. But
which tells you that he's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed with Lampard for that. To know there's still no clarity on what happened between them. But Fikayo is a very good player, man.
Fikayo told Lampard he don't know what he's doing. That's what happened between them.
Do not kill me right now. But I'm just like, and then to see Southgate continue to pick people like Dyer, Maguire, and he continues to get overlooked. Probably needs to come back to the Prem, right?
No. Still you are. I mean, he could. I think eventually that will happen.
But that's the only way it seems that you could get recognition. Except if you name Jude Bellingham, which is a different case.
Yeah, because he's everybody's,
exactly
going to cello football right now. Right. In England, at least. But I think eventually it will happen where Tomori does come back. I'm not sure that, coming back is the only way you can get recognition. I just think that right now there's a manager in place in the national team who, has drunk the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
About Harry Maguire, his, and John Stones, for example. He's sipped the Kool-Aid a bit too often.
But at least Stones is playing well and having a good season.
Yeah. Okay. But there had times when Stones was in poor form too. So that's why I'm referring to not necessarily Stones of present day.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It just, let's be realistic. Whatever bad spell Maguire and Stones or Dyer or whoever else
they can still get paid
through, they're still going to get the nod. Yeah. At least even if they don't play, they'll probably be in the squad.
Yeah.
Southgate has shown a preference, loyalty.
Let's call it that.
To certain players.
Yeah. I would call it bias, but let's call it preference.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think Milan did quite well. Defensively, they were doubling the same Georgia winger. They were covering spaces and really, really compact, difficult to play through. Oshman didn't really had much space to run into, so he didn't really get to use his space too often. So good, solid game plan by Milan. Either that or Napoli, turn off at the end. But they have a nice, healthy lead in Serie A. So
Serie A should be in by game.
And that drop.
Yeah. So at least they got some sort of consolation this season, right? Unlike other teams.
Well, I don't think Serie A is a consolation.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah, at least Champions League doesn't mean like they're not going to achieve anything this season.
Right.
They're going to make a significant achievement in landing the Serie A title. And we know how difficult that is to break from Juve's hands, even AC Milan's hands, into Milan. So,
well, Juve won it. I think Juve won 5 on the spin at one point.
Right.
Milan won it last year. No, sorry. Juve won it a couple times. That's a 3.
Yeah.
4. Inter won it once or so when Conte left, and then Milan won it last year. So it's kind of like an open thing because Juve has had a poor standard.
Yeah.
Sorry, a poor season.
Yeah.
By their standards this year. So,
but it must mean generally in terms of being able to win Serie A over those 3 teams is quite an accomplishment.
And Napoli hasn't won it since Diego Maradona was a player.
Exactly. So it would be fantastic for them.
Fantastic.
They'll be disappointed, obviously, going out in Champions League, but to win Serie A, I'm sure they'll be over.
And win it so comfortably.
Exactly.
Appears,
yeah. So
quite an achievement.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're able to keep the nucleus of this side together.
Yeah.
And build up on it next year. The other Champions League game. Real ran out 2-0 winners over Chelsea, right? I didn't watch any of your game. Well, I saw the highlights of the first half. So I saw Kante miss a really, really good chance when it was 0-0. He flashed out the ball with his left foot and shot it wide. And I saw that Courtois made a big save from Cucurella. Welcome to my world.
You mean Cucurella hit the ball straight at... He didn't need to take a touch.
Whatever you want to call it.
He allowed Courtois to get back in position. Just hit the ball first time.
Whatever you want to call it. Welcome to my world. We're to both Courtois, thwarts my attempts to, win anything of late. But yeah, I take your point on board. That's true. I agree with you. Maybe he could have taken a touch. Sorry, maybe he could have hit it first time. That's what you said. But I mean, the thing is, right? Why I don't fault him is because if you look at his shot, he actually lifts it. It's just like Courtois raises his hand.
Yeah, it was a fantastic save. Just saying, hit it first time. But don't mind me. Real Madrid deserved winners over the 2 legs, to be honest. Thought we were poor at the Bernabeu, like when they conceded, especially like. And again, these 2 legs are just the story of Chelsea's season. Like, there've hardly been games we've been bad. Excluding Brighton and Wolves. Those were poor games. I didn't even watch a highlight of that Brighton game, but yeah, I know it was a poor game. But play well in spells, especially to start. Don't score while you're on top. Concede, head drop, and that's it. It's just a story, like, and we needed to get that first goal.
Yeah.
And I just felt we played really well in the first half. I was disgusted by Lampard's lineup, as was many Chelsea fans. But it worked. I thought we played well. Real Madrid did have 1 or 2 opportunities, but we played well in most parts. And then concede a foolish goal, in my opinion. And then the second goal, it's just too easy to score against Chelsea, and we can't score. Like, it's just frustrating. All the memes out about how we be out of the Champions League for the foreseeable future. I don't know what to say. It's just disappointing. The season has been trash. Lampard has been trash since he came back. And I mean, you know what I said on this podcast a couple of weeks ago. I would not have minded JP and Lamps back at the club in some capacity, but not in the dugout. Like, Lampard gets sacked from Everton because he was dragging Everton further and further down the table, basically on the brink of relegation. And yet we hired him for what? Vibes FC? Like, it just looks even more pathetic to sack
Remember
Potter.
that you were a circus, So he must
Whatever.
He must live up to the height.
I mean,
Your words, not mine.
I'm just ready for this season to be over. I am so done. And I think what's frustrating is some of these players just genuinely don't look interested. Like, I mean, they played better today, granted, but gosh, like, football is a simple game. Just put the ball back in there. We have failed to score in 18 games this season, which is a record since the 1800s. We've scored one goal, a deflected goal in 6 matches.
I don't share that sentiment though.
What sentiment?
Football is simple. Well, it is a simple game, but just put the ball back in net. Seriously, right? I remember when I was growing up.
So why other teams just make it look easy?
Hang on a sec. I remember when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Someone always used to tell me, the hardest part of football is to score a goal. Mm-hmm. No, when you think about it, that's why strikers cost the most money because they're, they do the most important thing, and also in some cases the most difficult thing.
Right.
So I think it would be trivializing it if you say, it's such a simple game, just put the ball back in net. It's not that simple.
Other teams just make it look easy.
But okay, going back to your comment about the lineup, I was surprised by the lineup as well. I thought it was really, really defensive to me. So it did catch me by surprise, but then I heard that
a 1-9-1 formation.
You're already a better team in the first half, or had the better chances. But like you said, the key to that game, or the key to having any chance, was get the first goal. Right? And don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. The first goal might not have meant anything because Real Madrid are practically masters at managing games.
Exactly.
Remaining calm
in
the heat of it all.
For sure.
So we don't know where it would have turned, but definitely you needed the first goal.
Mm-hmm. And I think for me, I've never went into a game. Sometimes you would say, man, you ain't give a team a chance, but you were still tuning out of hope. I think I just tuned in to see how they would play. Mm-hmm. Like, I genuinely had no belief that Chelsea were going to do anything in this game. Like, and that's so sad because it's such a big game. A Champions League qualifier against one of the best teams in Europe. Like, it's a big game, and to go in it not even having a semblance of expectation that your team could do something, it's just sad, and it's just a poor indictment on the team, to be honest. It's just really disappointing, and we have a lot of work to do in the summer. Not necessarily incomings. There are 3 signings I would like to make, and that's really the spine, goalkeeper, midfielder, and striker. Mm-hmm. Other than that, most of our work needs to do with offloading some of the players. The squad is too big, and
as I said,
yeah,
I told you that before. But I'm happy that you came to that resolution, right, or that understanding.
You can ask me which players now?
No. Okay. We don't need to talk about that now. Because we have other things that we'll move on to, I'm sure. But when you said you were talking, I know you were almost making me depressed. They were here talking about Chelsea. Remember, listen, the season is going to be over in a couple months' time.
Praise Jesus.
Actually, really next month, really, May, right?
Yeah.
Well, June if we come to Champions League final.
And counting it.
But, it's going to be over soon. Mm-hmm. And then when you think about it, you have, 2.5 months, really. And then you're back, you have another chance in August, September.
Yeah.
So it's not doom and gloom. Look at Arsenal. They were 5th, and now they're about 7 games or so away from lifting the Premier League trophy, if they get it right in the running.
I have no comment.
I'm just saying there's no reason to be so downtrodden.
But we are going to have no European football next season. None.
Sometimes that can be a blessing. Well, actually, the funny thing is, because trust me, right? Just prepare yourself for it if it did happen that way. Mm-hmm. You don't have any European football, but then you suddenly become title challengers again. Oh, they're only challenging because they don't have a playing.
Oh yeah, we heard that in the season.
We heard that
we heard that in the season when Conte took us from 10th to 1st. So I remember.
Yeah. So I'm not saying it will, but my whole point is that I think winning trophies or whatever case it be is for the fans. It's a bit of banter. Enjoy yourself. You're happy, but in a couple of months' time, you have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
So it's not really a doom and gloom situation. I think for Chelsea, the key is to get the off the field issues sorted in terms of who the manager will be. Commit this vision this time. So whoever you put in the post over the summer, give him fair backing. And that is, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean a boatload of signings again. It just means allowing him the freedom to shape the squad how he wants to.
Exactly.
I'm sure there'll be players that he will look at his squad and say, well, I can work with these, and there's somebody he's going to want to ship out. And then there might be one or two others that he might want to bring in fresh as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have to understand that for him, again, it's going to take some time. But I think the quality is there. Because like I said, the quality is there in Chelsea squad. Chelsea could with the right manager and a fresh start and a bit of time on the training field. I don't think there's any national tournaments this summer, so everybody will get a break and you have a proper preseason. I hopefully injury free. A better year with injuries, a better luck rather. Chelsea's side that has quality in it that they could hit the ground running.
Yeah, I agree.
And put themselves in contention for the league or even for Europe right off the bat. So, we'll see what next year tosses up. I hope because you're my friend, I hope that you don't have to endure another season like this next season. Because then I know that'll be too much for your fragile heart to take.
But it's not even that. It's like when I was getting ready to come here and I went to start my car, I was like, look at how Chelsea just got me trudging to this podcast every Tuesday, defeat after defeat. Like, give me some fun to talk about, no? Like,
we'll get there eventually.
Oh my gosh.
And
can't ever have those 6-1 victories against sides that at least boost the morale.
I'm gonna say I've just been measured. It's not about my 6-1 victory yesterday, although it was pleasant. But that result in the change. I've had a disappointing season as well. But I think it's important. It's key to keep things in perspective. Having said that, let's take a look ahead to the Champions League fixtures that are scheduled for tomorrow, and then we could probably look at the semifinals quickly. Quick little preview. But yeah, so we have City and Bayern tomorrow.
Foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I think that tie is pretty much done and dusted.
I think Inter Benfica done and dusted too.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So
I could just jump straight to semis.
You have a Milan derby to look forward to in semi, and then we have Real
that should be
City.
feisty.
What I would say though, the Milan derby will be close, and it would be highly competitive.
Definitely.
The Real City game will be a festival of football. I'm imagining. I think we'll have two compelling games, two evenly matched games where, can City's quality overcome Real's class, so to speak. Not saying that City don't have class either, but Real is Real. Yeah. So, what I would say though, just be honest, I think we all know that the winner of the Champions League is going to come from Real or City. I don't think, and it's no disrespect to the Milan teams, but I don't think either is strong enough to beat City or beat Real Madrid.
I agree 100%.
Unless the goals are with them, unless their name is written on that cup. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That will cliche.
I think that the winner of City Real will win the Champions League. Who do you think it will be? Want to put your net on the block and make an early prediction?
I could. Do I want to know? But I could. Would you like me to?
Sure.
My head says City.
Mm-hmm.
My heart says Real. Because, I just no disrespect to Real. I think City's a really, really good side, exceptional side.
And they're playing the best they've played all season.
Exactly. And I think City has all the ingredients to do it. But then my heart tells me Real
can just know how to get it done.
Real boy, exactly.
Yeah, I ain't ready to make our prediction yet. Yeah. But anyways.
It would have been nice if that was the final though.
It would be. Man, that would have been good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the relegation battle in the Premier League.
Before we do, sorry. Something I think we need to mention.
What was that?
I can't. Last week feels like a blur, so maybe we spoke about it before. If I'm wrong, we could just move on. But what are your thoughts on Mane punching Leroy Sané in the dressing room? We didn't speak about that last week, right?
I don't think so, because I think it came out the next day.
Yeah, we spoke about it internally, but
yeah. I mean,
nah.
it shouldn't.
Go ahead.
I know you can defend your boy, obviously.
No, I'm not.
But it really shouldn't lay hands on somebody else. But I get tempers probably were high, emotions high. So yeah, Thomas Tuchel said they draw a line in the sand. He was disciplined, and they're ready to move on.
I feel like there's just like a series of events that has led Bayern season into a big hot mess.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's almost like a domino effect.
Yeah. It really didn't need to be. They were doing fine.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Yeah.
Just let things play out.
Yeah.
I think Sadio's actions are a result of, frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Not maybe playing week in, week out.
Mm-hmm.
Not in his best form,
Yeah.
which could happen through injury. What I would tell you about Sadio, from knowledge of him at Liverpool, because I had a time when he was injured at Porto, and then he came back. Similar with Coutinho as well. Those players need to play themselves back in the form. They're not going to get back form on the bench. They need to be playing.
I get you.
And Sadio is one of those players who need to play him. Let him gradually get it back. Problem that he had though is that it seemed like he never really found his best form or his best position before the injury at Bayern.
Yeah.
So it's almost like starting from ground zero. But I know that's just frustration. I saw the incident on the pitch where he meant to make a run in behind the ends, but Sané passed the ball short, looking for him to come to feet. And then there was a reaction from Sané, like showing his direction. And apparently that's what he didn't like. And then just, that what led to the altercation in the dressing room. But yeah, Sadio's my boy and I make no apologies for it, Sadio is a man that should not be disrespected. It's not to be trifled with, man. Don't mess about Sané. I'm just joking. You're correct. Can't put your hands on people, but Sadio's my boy. He can't come back to Liverpool, but he's my boy. Go ahead.
Some-ish. Relegation battle.
Relegation battle, yes.
So we have Chelsea in 11th.
Marissa?
8 points from safety.
Marissa of host Chandler. You said we were looking at bottom 5, not bottom 10.
But I mean bottom 9.
Bottom 9, sorry. And Marissa of host Chandler as well. I am just calling Chelsea. The facts. Chelsea has enough points that Chelsea should avoid. No. Yeah, but
8 points from safety. Being in the game in anyways. All right. Let's
start. What? That'd be real funny though. That'd be really funny if we go to the last 3 games that Chelsea was like, we're on the brink.
Funny for who?
Me.
You would not get you by this podcast if that happened.
I would do it myself.
I tell you, boy.
If I know enough Chelsea fans, got Christopher Cox, got Justin Campbell. I know enough Chelsea fans.
None of them are
I can find a replacement.
I can't be replaced.
They'll be a suitable, filling for the weeks that you're out.
Anyways,
I guess next season we'll have to start watching Championship. Go ahead.
Bottom 5, Leeds 16th position, 29 points. Everton 17th, 27 points. Forest 18th, 27 points. Leicester 19th, 25 points. And Southampton 20th, 23 points. All have played the same amount of games. All have 7 games left.
Right. Okay. Well, that could go, either way. I'm really disappointed in Southampton. I'll tell you why. That's why I said it's so important to hold in nerve. I wouldn't have sat Hasenhüttl when they did.
Because he got them out before.
Exactly.
If he didn't get sat after that 9-0 and he was able to resurrect them, I just don't get it.
They panicked to me.
Yeah.
They panicked and that's where they are. I don't see them getting out.
Yeah, they're going down for sure.
I think they're done.
100%.
I think Leicester going down too because I think they wait too long. If it was gonna make a change, they should have made it before.
Yeah.
And I think at Rodgers, I know I made a little joke about tongue in cheek comment about why his comments were after the dismissal. But I would have given Rodgers a marginal. So I would have given him a 40% chance of keeping them up too.
I think if you didn't sack him late last year, early this year, it made no sense to do it when they did. Just stick with it.
Yeah. So
one thing I'm surprised about is Bournemouth.
Claiming out.
I mean, both of us, when I was looking back, our predictions for our leaderboard, which we'll discuss later.
Right.
I think I gave Spurs 3-0. You gave Spurs maybe 2 or 3. Bournemouth beat them 3-2 away from home. I'm genuinely surprised after that spanking that y'all gave them and then other poor performances. I'm surprised that they're claiming themselves to relative safety.
But here's the thing. I think honestly, the relegation predictions going to be fluid until
we get to
the last 3 games.
It's true.
Because the points are so close that 2 or 3 wins or 3 games without defeat, for example, could have us look at it from a different perspective.
I agree, but 6 points from safety is a pretty good position to be in right now, at least.
Yeah, but that can turn so quickly.
Yeah.
So that may worry. But Yeah, this can go. I think, but you said I think Southampton are done. I think Leicester are done.
Who's your third team then?
Forest, Everton, Leeds.
Leeds look bad on Monday.
I think,
especially at home. Ellen Road is supposed to be not a fortress, but a place that lifts them.
yeah,
Like,
but I think they were pretty good for the first half an hour or so. I think once especially second half, I think once because they got the a goal back. I started second half. Then I think once he turned in fourth, I think really quickly. I think that deflated them. Yeah, after. So I think after over they were done in terms of that game. But if for Leeds, yes, Liverpool beat you 6-1. But obviously your survival is not going to be based on games.
I agree. I think agree.
What's more disappointing would have been the loss of Palace the week before.
Yeah.
When you get trounced 5-1.
Yeah.
So I think those are because those type of games against teams in and around you in that bottom half, especially at home, those are the games that you have a target and try to get points from.
Yeah. I think it would be Forest or Leeds to go down. I think Everton will get out.
I think Everton will get out too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Forest.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to go Forest? Okay.
Yeah. And Jesse Lingard, hot at the football in the championship, man.
Oh my gosh. West Ham, though, got a big point against Arsenal.
I mean, if you get there, I watched that game. I told you that West Ham had a stinging tail.
We both call a draw.
It's true, but well, it was a lovely game, But you know what? This way, I feel a little slightly vindicated because I said all along. They said a race where Arsenal gonna come down. Unless Arsenal did like Napoli, I had a 15+ point lead, which was not going to happen, or didn't happen rather. It's always going to be tough because one thing I can tell you about City, as long as it's mathematically possible, even when it's not, they don't stop playing.
Yeah, boy, relentless.
They don't stop playing.
And it's almost like they thrive off of the chase, off of the hunt. Like, they're so used to doing it with you. I mentioned this last week. They're so used to doing it with you. This is not uncommon territory for them.
Exactly. So, I mean, I always said the last 8, 9, 7, 6 all games will be telling.
Yeah.
And again, they're tricky games for me that Arsenal have to navigate. I think they have to play Southampton at some point. They'll win that.
Yeah, comfortably.
They have to play Wolves at home.
Comfortably.
Should win that. Although that might be tricky depending on Wolves' safety situation.
I don't.
But the 3 telling games for me are the next one in league against City.
No, that's next week Wednesday. Southampton is this weekend first.
Yeah.
Southampton is Friday.
My apologies. Eager.
But next week Wednesday is City though.
Right, okay, next week Wednesday. But you're going to be impatient. Sorry. So they have Southampton first.
Should win that and get their confidence back.
The better?
Yeah.
The better.
Come on, they're not going to stop.
Let me tell you something, Arsenal fans. You better, well, not Arsenal fans, Arsenal
Andrew,
players.
chill, man.
You better beat Southampton.
Comfortable victory.
No, see, you don't understand. Let me give you an example. It should be a comfortable victory, right? But, okay. I can draw on some experience. In terms of being a team who hadn't won and going into the season was unfancied. Not talking about the year, not talking about last year or the year before that when we won Champions League, when we came second, because we were fancied going into that season. Talking about the Rodgers year, when Suarez led the team.
Right.
Just from my experience, right? I remember there were a couple games coming on that where against teams that were fighting relegation in Norwich that were hapless, and we won 3-2 at home. Right? Our team was obey. Can't remember which, but it doesn't matter. The point is that you get, and it translates to fancy stadium. You get nervous, you get edgy because you want it so badly. I'm trying to say that even against a team like Southampton, unless Southampton come and just open the gates and you get 3 and 4 up really, really quickly.
I don't doubt that they would.
The thing is that I feel as though, let's say it's 2-0, comfortable again. You give it 1.
Yeah, that for sure.
So I'm saying it to say, when I say you're better than me, don't take it for granted. I saw Carragher said that he felt as though Arsenal got cocky in
100%.
last 2 games against West Ham and
100%.
Liverpool because it was so easy. Well, that was their foolish mistake if against Liverpool they got cocky, because at Anfield you should never rest on your laurel.
Yeah, 100%.
But, yeah, I think when I say the better, I mean because I know how pressure builds. No 2 games on Spain where you were winning and you drew.
Could have easily Antonio that chance at the end. Like,
yes, that hit the top of the crossbar. Exactly. So and Kanate, if he had better feet, if he's more coordinated in his movements, that could have easily been
no
3-2
points
to
from
pool.
six.
Exactly. So pressure, and Saka missed the penalty as well.
Yeah.
So when you look at these things, right? Not saying that I'm not gonna call Arsenal chokers, right? I wouldn't do that unless I'm arguing with somebody and I want tap pot shots, but pressure builds.
Yeah.
And one thing about pressure, as we said before, could build a diamond or will burst a pipe. Which one will it be? So you better be some confident that game against City at the Etihad, for a grand. And when you go to the Etihad, City can make a play. So
it's true.
I mean, but like I said, here's the key for me. And it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be so interesting. If Arsenal don't win the title, let's say hypothetically they don't win it. If they win it, congratulations to them. I always say that from the start. If they don't win it, I'm not gonna be one to berate them. I know how you feel.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. But if they don't win, this is the interesting thing. Because going into this season, they were unfancied in terms of title contender. But we know how the fan base can get off some clubs or certain sections of the fan base. We know that title challenge this season is going to be expectation. If they don't win next season, exactly, And I just hope it doesn't turn into a situation where they can't replicate the form next year, and then you have a switch of manager and all that stuff, similar to what happened with Rodgers at Liverpool.
Honestly, I told you this in private, but I'll say it here. I still believe that a lot of these Arsenal players are playing above their actual level. Hence the title challenge.
Right.
I think that their recruitment is good, and they will need even better recruitment in the summer because they'll have Champions League.
Right.
But I still think that this is not Arsenal's true level. I think they're overachieving. They have really good players, but I don't know. We'll see. I know their fans will expect it, but to be honest, I won't be too hard on Arsenal if they don't go again next season. That's just my opinion. But yeah. Was the other two key games? You said City won.
Right, City, Chelsea, because it's a derby.
I mean, we said it last week, but I still don't know if I believe it.
It's a derby, and I think Chelsea. I would think that Chelsea have a bit of pride about them. I definitely know Lampard is. So when you come on here, you talk about Lampard has been trash since he came back. I'm pretty sure you're not the only person saying it. So I feel like he will have a point to prove, or he will want to prove a point. And I think Newcastle will be a game.
Yes.
I think that's key as well.
Yeah. It can be interesting.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's it for your relegation battle.
Yep.
Okay. So for right now, we'll take a quick break for a word from our sponsors. Whole Health Pharmacy, located in Jordan's Complex, Speightstown, St. Peter, carries a variety of products to take care of you and your health. Essential oils, muscle rubs, and the run-of-the-mill medications. And definitely don't forget your vitamins. Vinci sea salt, air humidifiers, tumblers, and women's havens pads too. We got it all for you. Don't forget your Barbados and natural Vinci snacks. So for sure you're gonna keep coming back. Ever hear about structured water? Well, tell your son, tell your daughter. Whole Health Pharmacy. More than a pharmacy, we take care of you and your health. And we're back. So you need help.
No, because you're ready to. I was expecting another counting, so I would know when we're back.
Oh my gosh, you could drink your water and stopping you.
Do you think?
So you sent me something before we came on air. A quote. Let's see if I could pull it up. Oh, this thing you could be drinking that water. I can't with you. So you sent me a reel, something that Rio Ferdinand said. If Arsenal don't win the league and Man United finish third and win just the one trophy, which is the League Cup, they have had a better season. Wait, when he said they, he mean?
Mayu.
Okay, just making sure.
Means Mayu.
So, since you sent it to me and since this is your topic, you could kick us off.
Yeah, sure. I really think that Rio Ferdinand ain't got no shame. I'll tell you why. I find that he should have made everything about Mayu and Mayu's supposed progression. You don't find that?
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
He and Neville is do it.
Ain't got no shame. Because, right, okay. Here's the thing. I was always taught, and he's correct, in a apparently perspective you're looking at it from.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it from the perspective of, a season's only successful based on a trophy being won, then clearly, yeah, Mayu has another piece of silverware in the cabinet. They've had a better season if Arsenal failed to win nothing. Right? And it will feel more of a disappointment for Arsenal fans, especially considering the trophy that they were chasing. But if you're looking at it from in terms of which team has progressed the most or had a better season, in terms of the style of football they played and the results they had, it is Arsenal. But we all know Rio Ferdinand will want to mass, and I don't know why, because to me it always feels as if he attacks other teams, you know what I mean, or pounces on their setbacks to give Mayu a lift. Why Mayu football can't do that for you? I don't. You understand what I'm saying? It's comical. It's getting comical for true.
But I agree with him though.
I know you would. Go on, tell me why.
Because somebody said it. Nobody remembers the nearly men. But that's not why I think it. Why I think it is Arsenal were not great in their cups.
Right.
One. Obviously, in my opinion, it's harder to win a trophy where you have to play exceptionally well week in, week out. Knockout tournaments, anything can happen.
Right.
But I agree because they got knocked out of their cups in pretty poor fashion, I believe. All three of them, Europa, League Cup, and the FA Cup.
I wouldn't really count the Europa though.
Fair enough, because that was penalties.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. They would get knocked out at some point, I believe, though. Just my opinion. But it's the fact that they had a convincing lead at the top. For me, if it was that they were like in a dogfight.
To you?
Yeah. 8 points is a good chunk of lead, especially the way City were playing.
City were playing. So, okay. City had dropped a couple points during the season that you didn't expect. But I don't think City was ever playing like bad. They weren't playing to their potential. They weren't as consistent as they were result-wise.
Right.
There were certain games where they weren't as ruthless. But I wouldn't say that City were playing bad. And the reason that I said I don't think Arsenal have had a comfortable lead, because we also must factor in because of the different interruptions they had around the Queen's passing and different things like that. City always had games in hand. So I always look at that and say, okay. I know they don't count point games in hand, but you could always see, okay, and City, remember that for a long time there were still 2 games that City had to play directly against Arsenal. So I never felt as if the lead was like, insurmountable. That's what I always said. I feel it be tight.
Insurmountable, but comfortable that once you hold your nerve, you'll be good. You shouldn't be blowing 2-0 leads at Anfield is acceptable. It's Anfield. But
that's acceptable here, but go on.
I mean, come on.
It could happen.
It could happen. That's what I mean. Not acceptable. Wrong choice of words. It could happen. It's Liverpool at Fortress Anfield. Well, not so much a Fortress, but you know what I mean.
But I mean, we've only lost 1 game there in the league this year.
Exactly. And y'all went like 3 years unbeaten there. Them things could happen. But I think when you are that comfortable against West Ham, a West Ham team that low on confidence, that struggling, moist hanging on by the tip of your fingers, you shouldn't do that. And I think that there has been a nervousness settling in with Arsenal, which is understandable.
And my thing was that was inevitable because they said in that title running, as Ferguson used to say, palms get sweaty, back sizes get tight. Squeaky bum time.
I understand, but I mean, to me, Man United, did either of us have Man United in our top 4? I don't think we did.
I can't remember.
I think we had Chelsea and Liverpool delusionally, and Arsenal.
I think I might have had Manu. I think I might have had Manu 4th.
And we had Spurs out.
Yeah, I think I had Manu 4th.
Maybe, but I still think Man United are overachieving this season. They're doing way better than I thought they would, and I think that to finish 3rd and to win the League Cup. And I think they have a great shot of winning Europa. I mean, I know let
me put things in perspective with this Man U having a great season.
Blah, blah, blah. Not a great season, a better one than Arsenal.
No.
If and they could win the Europa League too.
If they win the Europa, yes, they've got to win 2 trophies, so I can't dispute that. But because if we talk about better season, like I said, if you look at from the perspective of which team has progressed the most in terms of the type of football they play and the quality team,
Mm-hmm.
it is Arsenal. Man,
Okay,
just got
progression.
Man, just got trophies to say, well, I had a successful season because.
But I think Man United progression too.
Let me put it in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You said Man winning the Carabao Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your expectation of Man.
Agreed.
Rio can't tell me that. I can Rio say, you know what I mean? I care if I don't win the next 6 years, I'm going to win 6 Euro Carabao Cups. That Man, you can't hide the hat on the Carabao Cup.
I agree.
Unless we drop in standards so low that we're doing now. That's we doing Rio. Anyway, but right. So Carabao Cup. In normal circumstances, winning Carabao Cup, nobody ain't counting that as a successful season for Man U.
Right.
Or Liverpool, or Chelsea, or Arsenal, or Tottenham.
I agree. Well, maybe Spurs. Maybe Spurs.
Sorry, my apologies. All right, good. So that's 1 point. Europe League, yes, they have a good chance of winning it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes. Like you said, cup competitions, I need a bit of luck too.
Mm-hmm.
The league, if you put up the league table,
mm-hmm.
Look at Man U's league table. Yes, they're third place, but they're about, from my recollection, how many points are they behind
11 behind City and 15 behind Arsenal.
Good. And how many points do they have in total?
59.
From which games?
30.
That's not exceptional league form. So
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
Right. So that way, I don't know. Okay, yes, they've made steps, but I don't know if I would say like I haven't been impressed. You said it's third year, we haven't been impressed with Man U like that, but they won a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't want Man U fans to get carried away. I would like Rio to stop, like you said, pouncing on other teams, setback, to sort of like glorify Man U or
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. But ways do you have to make that statement in the first place?
I agree with you there, and that goes back to a point that I will always drill down. I believe that pundits should not be allowed to make commentary on teams that they've played for. There's no way, unless in that spell when they were exceptionally bad, they couldn't help it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way you can be objective talking about a team you've played decades for. And I think that it's time that people like Rio and Gary stop writing and stop speaking about Manchester United because they can't be objective. It's just a fact.
It's not even that. I just think that Rio, well, it could if it wanted to be. I've seen pundits who talk about their former teams and
who.
Ian Wright, to me is objective.
Ha! You are having a laugh.
Yeah, he is.
No, he absolutely is not.
No, maybe not this year.
You can't be objective and comment on I know
you refer.
We and us.
But what I go with it, if you say we and us because you identify as a member of the club,
you cannot be objective.
You can't still be objective, so I can't give an objective opinion for Conor.
That's different.
That we use in playing because
do you have an emotional attachment? In fact, I can't ask you now.
Exactly, I went to school there.
Only for 2 years?
That's my point.
Whatever.
That's my point.
I still think that they have rose-tinted glasses when they're talking about Man U.
I don't think that matters.
All right, what have you said?
I don't think everything Carragher says is subjective either when he talks about Liverpool.
That's like people like who he named Jamie Redknapp talking about the Lampard appointment made sense. That he cousin, so he not getting seen anything different.
That's different. But if you take that's the easy example to use, right? But I would go off load on the spectrum or to call Jamie Redknapp because I never thought he was a good pundit, to be honest.
True.
Right? So I'm talking about certain men. I've seen certain people, like for me, and yes, it can never be completely objective because if you have an emotional attachment, you care for your team or your club, it can got a level of subjectivity involved. But I think you can make a objective assessment from time to time, even if that is your team or a team that you play for, or a team that you supported, whatever the case be. You can.
Whatever you say.
You can. So we should be led to believe that anything that you have an emotional attachment to, you can never make an objective. You're incapable of making an objective assessment of it.
Not everything, but something like sports where everything is heightened, especially in the moment. Because remember, these people are commenting and doing punditry in the moment.
Right.
Prior to a game, in the middle of a game, after a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's when things are heightened. I'm sure if I still agree with what he's saying, I understand where he's coming from. But I'm sure if he had made that statement 2 days after the fact, or if he was being interviewed 2 days after the fact, he probably would not have made that statement.
No, I know Rio. I've heard a lot of things from Rio. Rio would have made it regardless.
Anyways,
Because
whatever.
remember when Ole was in charge at Man U,
Gosh,
and Man
don't
U
even go
had
there.
Liverpool. Rio said we've overtaken Liverpool. He said that. So like,
Don't go there. Ole is them mate. So then what's this one?
yeah, but okay. But I don't have a problem with former pundits, because I think that's part of the attraction, anyways. That makes us watch it because it's entertainment.
It's true, because I used to love listening to Gary until I realized, well, I won't say my thoughts on it.
Gary, like I said, Gary makes objective assessments sometimes, but it depends on who the player is or who the team is. Sometimes,
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Right? He can try to be a bit stiff with his comments.
Yeah.
Right? But I've seen people give objective assessments. I think Henry's quite objective for the most part.
100%.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Roy Keane is for the most part objective. Although he's like a rum shop talker, but he is kind of objective.
When he ready?
I think Paul Scholes is quite objective. For the
No,
most
he's
part.
not.
Yes, okay, sorry, maybe not all the time, but I've seen him.
Not under Ollie.
Not then, but I've seen him be objective other ways. I guess I get, like you said, maybe Ollie's his mate. Who knows? Probably score a couple. He passes and stuff like that. So they go back a long time. But yes, I feel as if I get, like, don't get me wrong, but I think that is an easy assessment to make when you say that, Man U had a more successful season because of the trophy that they won. If Arsenal don't win league, you know what I'm saying? That's a like an obvious point that someone could point to. So, like, for example, let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
I use that example. Let's say West Ham won the Carabao Cup instead of Man U.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Would we then equally say West Ham had more? But it's the same thing. West Ham won a trophy. Arsenal
but they're fighting relegation.
Oh, West Ham won a trophy.
But
they
they're
name
fighting relegation.
the game as trophies. Let me say they don't get relegated, but they finish 16th.
But it's not.
And they won a trophy.
But it's not only the trophy that I'm looking at,
But that's
it's a trophy in combination.
But if you look at Rio's point, he was only talking about trophy. But I
was thinking about the trophy in combination with their league position and how they've played in patches this season. I was looking at in combination.
Yeah. And even if I look at it in combination, I still don't agree. I still think Arsenal had a better season.
Whatever, I cannot.
I still think Arsenal played a better season.
Fair enough.
They just might not get, unfortunately for them, and I've been there, they might not get the glory or the satisfaction of winning the league.
We agree
because they're up against an exceptional team.
Yeah, we agree.
It's a pity Man U could never be in that position or haven't been in recent times. To get that tinge of disappointment. Anyhow, anything else you want to
No, we will move on to the predictions and the leaderboard.
Okay.
Although I'm trying to figure out, there are a couple postponements this weekend and I don't understand why. But we get to that in a minute. Okay. So leaderboard update. The last week we ended with me having 5 points, Andrew having 3. This time around, Andrew has increased exponentially. Andrew is now 9 points and I am 8. I got 3 points from this game week with 3 predictions right. Mm-hmm. I could have had more again if I trusted myself. Yes. What?
FA Cup semis, I believe.
This weekend? Really?
Yeah. Man City Sheffield on Saturday, it looks like.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Right, so as I was saying, I got 3 predictions right, and I could have had more. I could have had the 2-0 Man United and the 2-1 Brighton at Chelsea, correct, but I did not.
I don't think people want to hear what you could have
Whatever. But Andrew, he got 4 predictions right, including the correct scoreline of Arsenal 2, West Ham 2. Congratulations. It's still a close fight. Not for long. Keep going. All right. So this week, we have some games. Thank God Chelsea's not playing.
So you're one of the games that got postponed?
Yeah, because we were supposed to play Man United this weekend.
Right, and they're in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. Opponent is Brighton.
Oh.
At home. Okay. Brighton at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great game. All right, so the match is on. We have first up Arsenal at home to Southampton Friday evening. Let me see where you can put your mouth considering you had all the talk earlier.
I haven't seen Southampton in a long time.
Mm.
But no. I know what you're saying, but I don't mind if I get this wrong or right, to be honest.
Okay, let me hear.
I'm gonna go Arsenal 3-0.
Okay, me too. That was exactly my prediction.
But if we both come here next week, we both wrong.
You mean like Spurs? You see why this is why we should never bank on Spurs to win, They always do. How you can lose 3-2 at home to Bournemouth?
But you see, you know what this is, people? The way how I feel about, it seems like how I feel about Man U and Arsenal to a certain degree. That's what you feel about Tottenham. He could never let an opportunity slip to say something.
But that's foolishness, man. Come on. That's foolishness. Anyways, Man United and Chelsea are postponed.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool at home to Forest.
2-0.
$4-0.
Okay.
Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
My Brighton Man City postponed. Ooh, this should be fun. Newcastle at home to Spurs.
Newcastle 2-1.
I agree. Unlike our predictions are. We've literally predicted the same thing except for Liverpool Forest. Let me throw in some FA Cup predictions too.
Mm-hmm.
Make it interesting. Man City at home to Sheffield.
4-0.
5-0.
That's one up, you know?
That's another one I could have get right, you know. The 3-1 Leicester. I said 4-1.
What is it?
No, I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention to you. I was paying attention to me and how close I was to leading this leaderboard again.
Alrighty then. Next
Anyways,
semi-final.
Brighton
semi-final.
at home to United.
You know what? I actually think that this is a game that Brennan could win.
Mm-hmm.
But I want Miami.
Why?
Because I want Manchester FA Cup final.
Okay.
You know? So my prediction in the FA Cup final against City would be different. But yeah, I would prefer I think everybody would prefer a Manchester derby.
Not me. I don't think it's about what you prefer, it's about what you think will happen.
Damn it. But I'm gonna go 2-1 United. I don't care if I get it wrong though. I want Man to win though. I would like Man to win. I think the more attractive FA Cup final is obviously Manchester derby.
Okay. Man United 1, Brighton 3.
I bet you ain't right. Anyway.
All right.
Not you. Not them.
See. We will see.
We can definitely see Harry Maguire go play.
Yeah. Because remember, both Varane and
Martinez
out for like close to the end of the season.
Martinez out for the season for sure.
Yeah, so
Harry Maguire. Actually, well, yeah, okay. I think my prediction though. I think Man U will find a way.
All right, cool. I can't wait to see how this leaderboard ends up.
Okay.
So that's it for us.
It is.
All right, so let's do our shout out. Shout out to Whole Health Pharmacy. We've been missing the ad the last couple of weeks. We are too delinquent. But you would have seen it earlier. You would have seen all the things that they offer. And of course, our one Tumblr.
Why are you saying that with emphasis?
Anyways, so Whole Health Pharmacy, you can follow them on Instagram. They're also on Facebook as well. Spirit Light Studios, we shout them out. But again, we got to shout out Shat. Shat is doing an amazing job with our audio, our video. Our setup is amazing. Big up Shat, big up Spirit Led. Big up Air Rich Media for their input as well. We're not sure if they're on IG, but if they are, Shat will got the little squiggly thing going across. Who else? Who are we missing? Oh, the Dugout podcast, of course.
Our Instagram handle.
Yes. The Dugout_podcast. Yes. You can find us on YouTube as well. We have to update our audios. I've been a bit lazy on that, but for sure we're going to upload our audio platforms because you can listen to us on Spotify and other podcast places that I might not know right now off the top of my head, but definitely Spotify. So make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow Whole Health, follow Shat, Spirit Life Studios 246, follow us, and yeah, continue to support us in all that we do.
Yes, a big thank you.
Yes, to everyone. So, yeah.
Adios.
You're telling me adios, right? Because you're looking at me and saying adios.
Goodbye, people. Goodbye, good people. All right, we'll see you all next week.
Big up Air Rich Media for their input as well. As I said, I'm not sure if they're on IG or anything, but if they are, Shaq would definitely put their little thing across his screen.
Well, okay, so our goal for this show is to be very professional, but when you have Chelsea fans in place,
I swear this is just water in this cup.
These things can happen.
This is just water.
Should not only the photo. At least it's you this time and not me.
Is that going in the blooper or?
You go on a shot.
Is that going in the blooper? Okay. So